Now, the Motley Fool is back at it again with another article talking about the 8 lies surrounding AMC. So, guys, let's talk about what Motley Fool thinks are the 8 lies surrounding AMC. Because here's the deal. A couple of these are true. A couple of these might not necessarily be lies, but they are definitely misguided investors starting to talk about things that they shouldn't talk about in regards to AMC. Now, the majority of the Motley Fool article here, I would disagree with the author of this article. These are not lies surrounding AMC. I believe they are truth, but there are some things that need cleared up. So if this sounds like something you're interested in, let's get started. What's up, everybody? I'm Clay. I'm here to make 2021 the best year ever. If you haven't clicked that subscribe button yet, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Join us, become a bro. We are here every single day, and we are growing our portfolios together. So let's get right on into it. 8 lies that have fueled the AMC Entertainment pump and dump scheme. Well, first of all, the title there is a lie. Motley Fool. This is not a pump and dump scheme. So sorry about that one, Mr. Sean Williams. Yeah, sorry about that one. This is not a pump and dump scheme. And if it was, we would already be out of AMC. Guess what? We are not out of AMC. It's not a pump and dump. So your article, the heading or your title for the article is a lie in itself. But let's talk about lie number 1 that you say. Hedge funds short selling bankrupt companies. This, Mr. Williams, I would agree with you on. This is a lie. This is not true. Hedge funds shorting a company does not result in bankruptcy. The hedge funds, the shorts, the institutions, whatever you want to call them, they could short AMC to a penny, and it does not bankrupt the company. They could short AMC to a tenth of a penny, and it does not bankrupt the company. A lot of people think when the stock price goes that low, it's bankruptcy. That's it. It's absolutely not true. AMC, right now especially, they have no shares left. Well, they do have some shares left, but they don't have a very large amount of shares left to issue for equity, right? They can't go out. They can't do an equity raise. So they don't care at all what their share price is, aside from the fact that their executive compensation packages rely so heavily on the share price. So just because the share price is low does not at all bankrupt a company. Think about it, for example. Apple, profitable. They do very well. If the share price of Apple was a penny, would Apple go bankrupt? Absolutely not. The fact that the company makes money, it can meet its debt obligations, or it can't meet its debt obligations, determines whether or not the company goes bankrupt. The share price has nothing to do with it. Hopefully the share price reflects the underlying fundamentals, the income statement, the balance statement of a company. But in this case, we know that AMC does not, and hedge funds do not bankrupt companies. Line number 2, he says, shorts have to cover. Well, I would disagree with you on this one, Mr. Williams. Shorts absolutely do have to cover. Now, do they have to cover by a certain period? No. They have to cover by a certain date? No. Unless margin calls come into play. So I believe he talks a little bit about that in there, but shorts do absolutely have to cover, as long as the company doesn't go bankrupt and AMC is nowhere near bankruptcy. Number 3 says, line number 3 is the short squeeze is coming. It's right around the corner. Well, if you watch my channel, you know that the short squeeze is not right around the corner. It's not something that's going to happen every single week. If you pretty much watch every other channel, it is always around the corner. So I would agree with you on this one, Mr. Williams. The short squeeze is probably not right around the corner, but it definitely is coming at some point, okay? So don't get that part twisted. I'll let you slide on a 50-50 on this one. So the short squeeze is coming, but we just don't know when. All the other channels, all the other Reddit posts, it's going to tell you it's next Wednesday, right? Or it's this Wednesday. Something along those lines. Don't believe that nonsense. Line number 4, fundamentals don't matter. Well, fundamentals don't matter. That is not a lie. Let's talk about this because it's almost a 50-50. At the current share price, fundamentals do not matter about anything. I see a lot of people talking about how great AMC did over the weekend with the UFC fight and Black Widow and all that stuff. Great for AMC, but it has nothing to do with the price of AMC at this point. If you want to base the price of AMC on something, and you want to base it on fundamentals, I mean, maybe go ahead. You can look for $1 or $2 a share if you're basing stuff on fundamentals. $40, $50 a share has nothing to do with fundamentals whatsoever. And he makes an argument like, if you're going to tell me it has nothing to do with fundamentals, that's like going to a car dealership and buying a car without an engine. Well, completely incorrect on that one. The current share price has nothing to do with fundamentals. If it did, we would see AMC trading much, much lower, but it doesn't. The only reason we should worry about fundamentals on AMC is if they're facing bankruptcy again, which they are not, so they don't need to raise any more capital. They don't need any equity, any secondary offerings for equity or anything like that. Bankruptcy is so far off at this point. They're making money. That's good. That's the only thing you need to worry about fundamentals on, not when it comes to the price of the share right now. Line number 5, hedge funds control the mainstream media. Well, listen, I'm gonna side with Mr. Williams on this one. Hedge funds don't directly control the mainstream media, but they certainly, you know what controls mainstream media? Money. Advertisers. The stories being pushed bring in the most money, so guess what? If they want to please the advertisers, if they want to please and they want to continue to make money, guess what stories they're going to pump? So maybe not directly, but definitely indirectly, we know what kind of stories we're going to be hearing from the mainstream media. So I would go ahead and say that that is a truth, that is not a lie, that the money does control the media, and we know what stories they're pushing at this point. It says line number 6, you're obviously short. So if somebody says something bad about AMC, if somebody says that it's a risky trade or whatever, the apes tend to say you're obviously short. And I see a lot of that on these videos, right? If I say something like AMC, if you're basing your trade on fundamentals, you should be looking at a $2 price. People get mad about that, right? They say, oh, you work for the hedge funds. You're obviously short. Guys, it is completely incorrect. We know that fundamentals at this point has nothing to do with the price of the stock. We are so far beyond that. If you're still caught up on it, oh my gosh, dude, buy you a time machine or something because you need some help. Line number 7, BlackRock and Vanguard buying AMC stock is bullish. Yes and no. Okay, I know he makes an argument that BlackRock and Vanguard own pretty much everything in the market, so the fact that they bought doesn't mean it's bullish. But look, if they wouldn't buy positions in a company if they didn't expect it to go up, if they didn't want it to go up. So yeah, dude, you're not bearish on a stock and buy it. So, Mr. Williams, think about that one again. And finally, line number 8, Apes saved AMC. Dude, that is the biggest truth of all. Line number 1 was the fact that hedge funds don't bankrupt companies. I'll agree wholeheartedly on that with you. And the fact that you say Apes saved AMC is a lie, I disagree wholeheartedly on that with you. Now, I know he says, and he brings it back to his first argument, that the share price doesn't bankrupt a company. But AMC was no doubt facing bankruptcy all of 2020 and early 21. There's no doubt about that. AMC issued so much equity and raised so much money during that time. So let's talk about that very briefly. We had 50 million shares prior to the pandemic. Now we have 500 million shares. Okay? They issued a ton of shares. They diluted the shareholders tenfold, okay? 50 to 500. They diluted and they raised money, absolutely. And if you don't think that the apes buying AMC and bringing the price from $2 a share all the way up, I believe the last shares they sold were to Mudrick around $27, $28 a share, right? If you don't think that capital they raised from selling those shares at $27 a share when the company is worth $2 a share, dude, why are you writing finance articles if you don't think that raising that money saved AMC? So, Sean, I agree with you on some of this stuff. I completely disagree with you on some of the other stuff. Absolutely. But hands down, man, Apes definitely saved AMC. Knowing that now, it's AMC's turn to continue increasing revenue, doing work, and so on and so forth. AMC is saved. Now it's our turn. Now it's the Apes' turn to profit from the squeeze. AMC's out of the woods. We're not worried about bankruptcy. It is all looking good right now. So guys, hopefully this clears a little bit of this stuff up, because I know there was a lot of uncertainty and whatever surrounding this article today. So although I do agree with some of it, I absolutely disagree with some of the other stuff on there. And I hope that you guys do as well. Let me know down in the comments below what you guys think about these lies surrounding AMC, because although some of them might be truths, the lies surrounding AMC absolutely need to stop. Guys, I don't care if you like the lie because it makes it sound better and it makes it sound like you're going to be rich tomorrow. You need to hear the truth about absolutely everything that's going on, because if you believe in a lie, what are you here for? You're going to miss out on the squeeze. I'll tell you that right now. So stop believing the lies. Stop believing all this malarkey that you see everywhere else. Focus on the truth. Focus on what matters, and what matters is buying the stock, holding the stock, and squeezing that supply and restricting that supply so the hedge funds can't buy back their shares. I'll see this button right here. If it's still red, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Join us. Become a bro. We are here every single day, and we are growing our portfolios together. $5 all July long is all you have to deposit on Webull. Use the link in the description below. Get some free stocks. If you do it after July, you're going to have to deposit $100. So make sure to do it now. ClayBro883, pretty much everywhere. Follow me on Twitter. I think I'm going to start an Instagram. We're going to be doing some giveaways, okay? So make sure that you share the video on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and make sure to tag me there so I can see that you're sharing the videos. And we're going to be doing some giveaways at the end of the week for some t-shirts. So make sure to do that. And yeah, guys, I'm pretty sure that sums it up. So if you want to say it with me, say it with me. Until the next time, I hope that each and every one of you have an awesome day.